Hello guys, how are you? I hope you're doing great. Today we are going to study some medical abbreviations and health issues that you might come across in a hospital, especially if you are working in Scotland or in the UK like I am. The first health issue that we are going to focus on today is small bilat pleural effusions.
What's that mean?
Bilat stands for bilateral, and here comes the explanation of this health issue.
Small bilateral pleural effusions. Small refers to the size. The effusions are small in volume. Bilateral on both sides of the chest. Pleural effusions. A buildup of fluid in the pleural space, which is the thin space between the lungs and the chest wall.
Sorry son, but there's still something I'm struggling to understand.
I don't get it.
What is really a pleural effusion?
I thought I told you, didn't I?
No, you didn't, you silly. Or if you did, please say it again or add more details, if you didn't mind. Okay, calm down. I'll explain it more clearly.
Pleural effusion occurs when excess fluid collects between the layers of the pleura. This can be caused by various conditions, such as
Heart failure, most common for bilateral effusions. Lung infections, for example, pneumonia. Cancer, kidney or liver disease, inflammatory diseases, for example, lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. What to do then?
The significance depends on symptoms and the underlying cause. Small effusions might not need treatment if they're not causing problems, but further testing like chest x-rays, CT scan, or lab work might be needed.
Did you get it? You want me to repeat that? You really are as thick as a brick, son.
Did you just call me dumb?
Did I?
Maybe. I don't know.
That was insulting, wasn't it? Anyway, please go on and repeat that. Please, son. Go on.
The significance depends on symptoms and the underlying cause. Small effusions might not need treatment if they're not causing problems, but further testing like chest x-rays, CT scan, or lab work might be needed.
Very well. Now let's go on with the next topic, please. Chop chop! Okay, so the same imaginary patient happened to have a decompensated liver disease. What's that about?
Decompensated liver disease refers to advanced liver disease, where the liver can no longer perform its normal functions effectively, leading to serious complications. It is usually the later stage of cirrhosis, a condition where healthy liver tissue is gradually replaced by scar tissue, fibrosis, due to long-term damage.
Have you understood it, or should I repeat it again?
You need to do it again.
Okay, Obama, why not?
Decompensated liver disease refers to advanced liver disease, where the liver can no longer perform its normal functions effectively, leading to serious complications. It is usually the later stage of cirrhosis, a condition where healthy liver tissue is gradually replaced by scar tissue, fibrosis, due to long-term damage.
Okay, guys, now let's introduce the next topic, shall we?
No more talking. Time for action.
Oh, come on, guys. Do not tell me you left already. Geez. You really are soft people. You really lack a moral compass. Anyway, let me go on with my work. CKD3 is the next health issue. Okay? CKD3, have I been clear? Did you hear me? Let me say it again. CKD3, which is not a character from Dragon Ball.
I will protect Sam the Stoic no matter what.
Don't worry, if you grew up in UK, you might not even know what Dragon Ball is, am I right? Keep scalding your hands under the piping hot water in your Victorian-era sinks.
Should have I chosen a different accent then?
CKD3, or Stage 3 chronic kidney disease, signifies a moderate decline in kidney function. This stage is characterized by an estimated glomerular filtration rate, eGFR, between 30 and 59 milliliters per minute per 1.73 square meters. The eGFR measures how effectively your kidneys filter waste from your blood.
That was boring as duck. I'm sure by this point I've lost all my viewers.
Excuse me, son. I believe I've heard my name used in a derogatory way. I think an apology is in order.
Come on, let's go back to our studies, eh?
What? Are you hearing this? We hear you.
We need to talk about what comes next.
That's fine, I don't want to hear that anymore. Now, our next topic is under the category assessment, we have ND, then we have 1.5R and DW. What do they mean?
this mean?
ND means normal diet, which means that the patient does not require any special dietary modifications. 1.5R means...
Professor, Sam, I know what it means. May I say it?
No, my AI-generated Indian student, you can't say it. And you can't say it because the service that I paid to generate you is very much limited. Now let's go back to 1.5R. What does it mean? 1.5R means that the patient has a restricted fluid allowance of 1.5 liters per day. What about DW? What could it mean?
Daily weight. DW means daily weight, Sam. I think I broke it.
Now we arrive at the last part of the handover sheet, which is recommendations. The first line that we find is head echo severe AS. What do echo and severe AS mean?
Look, Sam, if you don't know it yourself, how the hell am I supposed to know it? Hey?
A doctor might tell us more.
I don't think so. This means that the patient had an echocardiogram, and the results showed they have severe aortic stenosis. Sam, don't tell me you don't know what's an echocardiogram.
I never said that. Why do you assume I don't know what an echocardiogram is?
You don't. You don't.
Certainly. I'd be glad to hear something about the aortic stenosis. I don't know much about that. That's true.
Aortic stenosis is a heart condition where the aortic valve becomes narrowed, making it harder for blood to flow from the heart to the rest of the body. Key points. Common in older adults. Can cause chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or even fainting. Often found during an echocardiogram. Can be mild, moderate, or severe. Severe cases may require surgery, like aortic valve replacement. Sam the Stoic. What the duck do you think you are doing, eh? Sleeping? Show some ducking respect, you hear me? Don't you dare disrespecting me like this again. Look, I'm going to ask my colleague to step in so that a different voice might help you not falling ducking asleep. Jim, can you come in and teach this guy something about aortic stenosis? Tell him something about the echocardiogram as well. I think he already forgot what the doctor told him a minute ago. His memory is like Swiss cheese with holes everywhere. It doesn't retain anything. Do you remember your name, Sam? Do you? It's Sam the ducking stoic, Sam the Stoic.
Do you want me to take over, Clarissa?
Thank you, Jim. Yes, please. This Sam the Stoic should be called, let me think, Sam the boring Sam. Good luck, Jim. He's a lost cause.
Okay, Clarissa. Enough with the abuse. Get the hell out of here, or you'll see the worst of me. Out. For duck's sake. Now, Sam, you'll meet plenty of these bitches. Just remind yourself that you can do it. Okay? Good. Nobody's born an expert, Sam. You'll get there. If they made it, for God's sake, you'll make it too, Sam. Okay. Now, where were we? What's an echocardiogram, right? Yes. An echocardiogram is an ultrasound of the heart. It uses sound waves to create moving images of the heart so doctors can see how well it's beating and pumping blood. It's painless and non-invasive. Any questions, Sam?
Well, I would like to see one.
Well, here it is. You asked, we listened. What was the other topic again, my friend? Oh, severe aortic stenosis, right. Severe aortic stenosis is a serious narrowing of the aortic valve, the valve that controls blood flow from the heart to the rest of the body. The valve becomes stiff or blocked, so the heart has to work much harder. This can lead to chest pain, shortness of breath, fainting, and eventually heart failure if untreated. It's usually diagnosed with an echocardiogram. Treatment often involves aortic valve replacement, surgical, or via catheter. You got it, Sam?
Got it, son.
Very good, my friend. What's the next topic now?
It's IV furosemide, BD. Anyone knows what it means?
I know what it means. IV means intravenous. What about furosemide? I might need help for that one.
Don't worry, Sam, I got you covered. Furosemide is a loop diuretic, commonly known as a water tablet, used to reduce fluid overload, often in conditions like heart failure, kidney disease, or pulmonary edema. I'll repeat it, son, as I know you need to hear it more than once or you'll have to rewind the video, and I don't want that. I honestly want you to enjoy this listening experience. So, let me say it again, but this time I will shout it so that hopefully you will not forget it. Furosemide is a loop diuretic, commonly known as a water tablet, used to reduce fluid overload, often in conditions like what, Sam? Tick, tack, tick, tack, tick, tack. You are running out of time, Sam. Okay, I'll tell you again, son. Furosemide is a loop diuretic, commonly known as a water tablet, used to reduce fluid overload, often in conditions like heart failure, kidney disease, or pulmonary edema. I hope you can remember it, son, as I am a bit tired of repeating the same shit over and over. So, you know what? Enough, Sam. I am out of here.
But why?
Okay, thank you, Laura. But what about BD? What BD means here? Well, BD, bis die, is Latin and means twice a day. And this means that our patient will have to get IV furosemide twice a day.
This is interesting.
It certainly is, Val. The next line on the recommendation part of the handover sheet says, hold Spyro. Bigfoot, do you know what it means?
She's a nurse. Come on, tell him.
It means temporarily stop administering spironolactone.
She's a keeper.
What a cheeky chancer, eh? What is spironolactone, really? Anyone knows?
I have no idea.
All right, we'll have to ask some experts for this one. Okay, I'll be the expert this time. Spironolactone is a diuretic that helps the body get rid of excess fluid while keeping potassium levels stable. It's mainly used to treat high blood pressure, heart failure, and swelling, and is also used off-label for hormonal acne and conditions like PCOS, a hormone disorder that can cause irregular periods, acne, and excess hair growth. It works by blocking a hormone called aldosterone, which normally makes the body hold on to salt and water. A doctor might hold or stop spironolactone in the hospital if the patient has high potassium levels, kidney issues, or is dehydrated, since the medication can make those problems worse. The next line in the recommendation section of the handover sheet says, for CT with contrast. Does anyone know what this means? Sam the Stoic might know it. Eh, Sam?
Really?
I do know it. Sam, here comes the explanation. The patient is scheduled to undergo a CT scan with contrast. A CT scan with contrast, where CT stands for computed tomography, is a type of imaging test where the patient is given a special dye, usually through a vein, to make blood vessels, organs, or abnormal areas show up more clearly on the images. It's often used to look for things like bleeding, infections, or tumors. The contrast helps doctors see details that a regular CT scan might miss. Here's an image that may help give a clearer idea of what a CT scan with contrast involves. Now, having known Sam for basically all my life, I can tell you that Sam likes things to be repeated at least twice. So, my dear Sam, I'll spare you the trouble of asking me to repeat it, and I'll jump straight into explaining once more what a CT scan with contrast is. The patient is scheduled to undergo a CT scan with contrast. A CT scan with contrast, where CT stands for computed tomography, is a type of imaging test where the patient is given a special dye, usually through a vein, to make blood vessels, organs, or abnormal areas show up more clearly on the images. It's often used to look for things like bleeding, infections, or tumors. The contrast helps doctors see details that a regular CT scan might miss. Here's an image that may help give a clearer idea of what a CT scan with contrast involves. I hope you'll retain this explanation, Sam, and you too, viewers.
We'll do our best to retain this precious info that you just poured out on us, and we thank you, Sam, from the bottom of our hearts for that.
Always a pleasure working for you, Sam. Remember to pay me what I'm due, though.
Get out of here!
She's right. Get out of here!
You're out of here. The next line on the recommendation section of the handover sheet says,
For stat of digoxin at 6 p.m. I should be scaring humans.
The patient is to receive a stat dose of digoxin at 6 p.m., meaning a single urgent dose should be given at that time.
Why wait until 6 p.m.? Let's do it now.
But what is digoxin anyway?
Digoxin is a medication used to treat certain heart conditions.
Digoxin is often used for heart failure and atrial fibrillation, helping the heart beat stronger and more regularly.
I don't know why it took 3 nurses to explain that, but the explanation was clear enough, I suppose. And why Bigfoot is in the hospital anyway? Digoxin wasn't supposed to be for him, right? Bigfoot, are you okay? What are you doing in the hospital?
It might have been a glitch in the Matrix, or maybe your prompt kinda sucked.
Guilty as charged. I think my brain had already clocked out by that point last night.
No worries, Sam. I'm back in the forests of Oregon now, where I belong. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it.
I'm glad to hear that you're fine, Bigfoot, honestly. Now, though, let's go back to our handover sheet. We were talking about digoxin. Because yes, apparently it's pronounced digoxin. And since the explanation got a bit chaotic, with 3 different nurses chiming in, I think I'll just ask myself to explain what digoxin really is. So Sam, go ahead and enlighten us. What is digoxin? Digoxin is a medication used to treat certain heart conditions, especially atrial fibrillation, which is an irregular and often rapid heartbeat, and a heart failure, when the heart cannot pump blood effectively. How does it work, you might ask? Digoxin helps the heart by slowing down the heart rate, increasing the strength of heart contractions, and this allows the heart to pump blood more efficiently and improves blood circulation.
Bravo! Bravo! Spot on, Sam. If I didn't know you any better, I'd think you got all of that from ChatGPT. But you didn't. Or did you?
Well, my dear Bigfoot, as long as I'm giving you factual and accurate information, be content with that. You're welcome. Now, the next topic on the handover sheet is DNA CPR, D/W, PT, but not put in place. What does it mean, DNA CPR? D/W? PT? Bigfoot, any ideas?
I'm a bit busy, Sam. I'll pass this one.
No problem, Bigfoot. Have a good lunch. Anyone else know what DNA CPR means?
DNA CPR means do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation.
Well, we heard the wizard, guys. Now we know what DNA CPR means. Well, now we know what DNA CPR stands for, but I wouldn't say we know what it actually means, like in depth. Am I right? DNA CPR is a medical decision not to attempt CPR if a person's heart stops beating or they stop breathing. CPR, aka cardiopulmonary resuscitation, is a life-saving emergency procedure. It can include chest compression, rescue breath, defibrillation, which means shock to the heart.
Sam, you are going to be fine. Clear.
Bigfoot, you're not supposed to touch him when you're delivering the shock. Sometimes advanced life support, like drugs or intubation. But CPR isn't always appropriate. In some cases, it may be futile, harmful, or not in line with the person's wishes. When is a DNA CPR form used? When a person is nearing the end of life due to illness, like cancer or advanced dementia, for example. I don't know where I am. When CPR would not be successful. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it shouldn't be performed. Or when a patient has chosen not to be resuscitated after discussion with their healthcare team. Okay? Important points. DNA CPR is only about CPR. It does not mean do not treat or do not care.
I don't care.
Well, you should.
The person can still receive full medical care, including antibiotics, fluids, pain relief, oxygen, feeding. Okay? How is it documented? A DNA CPR form, sometimes red or pink in the UK, I would say red in Scotland, is completed by a senior clinician. It should be discussed with the patient if possible, or their family. It's a legal medical order, not an opt-in form, not an opt-in form. And that's it. That's what I have for the DNA CPR, guys. Let's keep it rolling, okay? Clap-on. What about D/W-PT? What do they mean?
DWPT means discussed with patient.
So in this case, the DNA CPR was discussed with the patient, which is good. Because not everyone, I'm afraid, has got the privilege of planning their own future, which is sad, and this should be changed. We should be able to decide our own future, to plan our own future, right? Yes. And I think, we should raise awareness, and so that possibly one day we're going to have, possibly in my lifetime, hopefully, possibly we are going to have some kind of legislation that protect us, that give us power to, as I said, to plan our own future, and to say, I want this to happen in case I'm on a bed suffering, and I don't have any chances to get better. I don't want other people, I don't want the doctor to decide what's gonna happen to me. If I want to be to keep, you know what I mean. I don't want to say something that is gonna ban my video. So having said that, guys, if you enjoyed this video, yes, leave a like, subscribe to the channel.
Stop! Sam, haven't you forgotten something? We were talking about the DNA CPR.
I think you're right, Bigfoot. Sorry, yeah.
Didn't you say it hadn't been put in place yet? I think you did, Sam.
So, don't you want to expand on that, rather than rushing to a quick, but ultimately unhelpful, wrap-up?
I think I will do exactly that, Bigfoot. Thank you for your suggestion. So, the DNA CPR has been discussed with the patient, but has not been put in place yet. So let's see what that means exactly, yeah? A conversation about resuscitation, so DNA CPR, do not attempt cardiopulmonary resuscitation, has taken place, okay? Between the patient and the medical team, right? Perfect. Who else? The patient has been informed what DNA CPR means, and their views or preferences have been explored, okay, have been taken into account. Anyway, however, the actual DNA CPR order, the legal form, has not been yet completed or signed by the doctor, right? So practically, if the patient's heart stops, CPR will still be attempted because no formal decision has been made yet.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Until the DNA CPR form is filled out, the default is full resuscitation, like Lazarus style.
Lazarus! Come forth!
Why this might happen, the team may be waiting to make a final clinical decision. They might still need to discuss with other professionals, e.g. consultants or MDT. But wait a second. Bigfoot, what MDT really means?
I was swimming, Sam. But it's okay, I'll tell you what it means.
In healthcare, An MDT is a team of professionals from different specialities who work together to manage a patient's care.
Or they could be giving the patient or family more time to consider before finalizing it. In short, the patient has been informed and involved in the discussion about DNA CPR, but CPR would still be attempted for now because the official form hasn't been completed. Okay guys, the lesson finishes here and I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Okay, thank you very much, honestly.